Most people leave hundreds of thousands of points value on the table because they don't do this. It could be the difference between redeeming 35,000 Chase points for $350 or $700 or more worth in value. In this video, I'm going to break down the entire process of how you can double the value of your Chase Ultimate Reward points. My name is Max, and I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below, and let's get started. So Chase Ultimate Reward points have changed quite a bit, more specifically the travel portal. And so that's why I'm making an updated video on how this process kind of works when it comes to combining your Chase Ultimate Reward points. So there are a decent amount of credit cards that earn Chase Ultimate Reward points, including the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Chase Sapphire Reserve Business, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Ink Business Cash, the Ink Business Unlimited, the Ink Business Preferred, the Chase Freedom Flex, the Chase Freedom Unlimited. So there's 3 ways to redeem your Chase Ultimate Reward points. That's cashback, there's the travel portal, and transferring points out to airline and hotel partners. And it's important to understand these redemption options because that can determine the value of your Chase Ultimate Reward points. But before we get into the points value of Chase points when you redeem them in a variety of different ways, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Airlo. If you travel often like I do, or at least 2 to 3 times internationally every year, this has been super helpful. It's a Discover Plus eSIM from Airlo. It's an eSIM that I have permanently installed on my phone, and here's why. It's one simple install, covers me for 137 countries. I got data, calls, text covered, all from just one simple eSIM. No swapping physical SIM cards, no airport kiosks, no praying for airport Wi-Fi, just one simple eSIM install. And it even comes with a US-based phone number as well, so I can make real calls while I'm abroad, and even better, it lasts a full 365 days. So I just have to buy it once per year, and I'm pretty much covered. I don't have to mess with new eSIMs every trip. It just works all year long. If you're traveling internationally anytime soon, I highly recommend the Discover Plus eSIM from Airlo. You can use my code MAX3 to get $3 off your first eSIM. I also dropped the link down in the description so you can go check that out. Thanks Airlo for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into the value of your Chase Ultimate Reward points. Your Chase Ultimate Reward points don't have value until you redeem them. So option number 1 is cashback. When you redeem your Chase Ultimate Reward points, no matter what card you have, your points are worth 1 cent per point for cash back. So 100,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points is equivalent to $1,000 in cash back. That's pretty straightforward. It's a fixed value. Option number 2 is to redeem your Chase Ultimate Reward points through the travel portal. And so this is where things have changed in the last month or the last couple months, is that the travel portal doesn't have a fixed value for all of your redemptions anymore. There's just a baseline 1 cent per point, but there's a thing called Points Boost now. Essentially what Points Boost is that if your flight or hotel is points boosted, you can potentially get additional value on your points when you book travel through the Chase travel portal. And so if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, if your reservation, your flight or hotel is points boosted, you can get somewhere between 1.5 cents per point to 1.75 cents per point value on your Chase Ultimate Reward points. If you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can potentially get up to 2 cents per point value on each of your points. Chase determines what flights and hotels are points boosted with this rocket ship icon that you can find on their Chase travel portal. And then option number 3 is where you can potentially get outsized value with your Chase Ultimate Reward points, and that's transferring points out to airline and hotel partners. So that's essentially converting your Chase Ultimate Reward points into airline miles or hotel points. The value of your points can vary depending on who you transfer to and how you redeem those points. And the key thing here is that not all Chase cards have the ability to transfer points out to airline and hotel programs. The cards that allow that transfer are the Chase Sapphire Reserves, including the business one, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the Chase Ink Business Preferred. So keep those in mind because they're going to be a part of the strategy that we're going to go over shortly here. So the mistake that most people make is that they redeem their credit card points through the same card they earn those points. What you want to do is earn those points on all of your Chase cards, combine those points over to gateway cards that have the ability to transfer points out. And so for example, you could earn points on your Chase Freedom cards and then move those points to the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred or even the Ink Business Preferred to be able to transfer those points out to airline and hotel programs to get that outsized value, or maybe book through the Chase travel portal with Points Boost to get that additional value. Because if you redeem your points through the Chase Freedom card, you're only getting a flat 1 cent per point, whether it's in the Chase travel portal or cashback, and you can't transfer those points out. So take, for example, the Park Hyatt Maldives. It costs $700 per night, and you just have 35,000 Chase Loyalty reward points. And so if you go onto the Hyatt website, it says that the hotel's stay is going to cost 35,000 Chase Loyalty reward points. That means that you can transfer 35,000 Chase points over to the World of Hyatt to book that hotel stay, and you're going to be fully covered for that $700 hotel stay with just 35,000 points. And so already just from cashback versus transferring points, you're doubling the value of your Chase Loyalty reward points and being able to book that $700 hotel stay with just 35,000 points. And so that's the example of the value of transferring your points. As for how do you combine your Chase reward points between Chase cards, you can add all of your credit cards under one account. You just log in, you'll see your points, and you have the option to combine the points between your different Chase cards. And combining those points is instant, so you don't have to wait around for those points to combine. A couple clicks, takes you less than 30 seconds. An important thing to note here is that make sure you always compare your redemption options, because sometimes points boost beats transferring points. For example, I saved 164,000 points by booking at IHG hotels through points boost versus transferring my points. But it's important to know that don't transfer your points until you know exactly what you're gonna do with them, because the points transfers are one way. You can't move those points back to Chase if you transfer them out to an airline or hotel program. Your points are stuck in that program. Only transfer when you're ready to book. Earn your points wherever you earn your points. Always combine those points over to a Chase Sapphire card. And it's a hard rule because that's how you can earn more value for your points, sometimes even double or triple the value of your points. It takes 30 seconds, maybe even less than 30 seconds to combine your points over to a Chase Sapphire card, and it can get you a lot more value. Comment below if you have any questions. I'm gonna put some more videos on the screen right now that can help you maximize your points even further. Remember the like and subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.